Welcome back. Let's continue from where we left off. This is part 2 of change order 2. In our last lesson, we had just finished changing the oil pump's 3-second failure time to a parameter called delay to failure. And as a reminder, what we're trying to do is to modify our time and value limits, which were hard-coded, into parameters. So let's pick up where we left off. Now, one thing we want to point out again about classes and how useful this is, we just modified the failure sentence and added a parameter here within the backup pump unit. But remember, the backup pump unit is a class instance, a pump unit class instance of the pump unit. Well, the main pump unit is also a part of that class. So if we go into here, something we haven't touched directly, you'll notice it also has a delay to failure time, and it has the sentence here with the delay to failure reference. Now, initially, when you create this, the delay to failure that gets copied or added to that instance is going to carry a default value of 0, but you can make this value that you apply to this apply to all instances. So let's go back to our backup pump unit, go to our delay to failure, and you'll notice this copy button here. If you click this copy button, it asks us, do you want to copy this to the corresponding or the same attribute in any pump unit? Now, if we had multiple things that we could pick from, it would give us some selection choices here, but we only have one class, so it's just the pump unit. And we say, yep, we want to do that, so we'll say OK, and then we have to hit save. And when we do that, now when we go to the main backup unit, notice its delay to failure is now 3, so it's matched. And so this way you could actually set a specific value if you needed to in a different one, but if you wanted to copy it to all of your pump units, you could just now do that with one click. Even if you had 10 pump units, you could just set them all at one click, and that's another handy reason why we don't want to hard code these into bits and pieces, but we also want to have them here in the parameters. All right, what else do we need to do? The oil tank level, we want to change that as well. So let's go to the oil tank and change our level OK. So we need to create a new parameter for that. And to do that, we're going to create another parameter. We're going to call that minimum level. So the minimum level that we want the tank to reach before it has an issue. Click create. I'm going to go ahead and assign that the 20, tell it that's an analog type if it doesn't know that already. And if we had used this in the logic sentence, it would have already figured out that we wanted it to be an analog and would have assigned that for us, but you could pick it ahead of time if you want as well. We'll hit 20, hit save, and now we need to go in here and edit our logic. So we're going to go in here, double click again, get our logic editor, pencil to edit it. And when the level transmitter is greater than the parameter from the oil tank this time, the minimum level parameter, we'll hit OK. So our oil tank reports level K only while the reading of the level transmitter is greater than the parameter minimum level. So we can now set that through this parameter without having to go into the code or into the logic to find it. And so now that we've made these changes, at the end of the last video, after that video was over, I went ahead and saved this project with a new name. I put the change order name in it, so you can see that change order 01 up here. Since we just finished our change order 02, I'm going to do save as and save this as our change order 02. In case I ever need to go back or roll back to something, it'll be easier to get to. And there we go. And in the future, we'll actually start our project by actually saving the name we want right from the beginning so we don't accidentally overwrite another project or version that we want to keep. And that's it. With these modifications specified, this change order is now complete. And that's a good stopping point. We'll see you in the next video.